introduce myself. So myself, Debabrata. I have quickly share my screen. Let me know once you able to see my screen. I have 9 years of experience in IT industry and experience in SCCM, operating system deployment, right? Intune, Windows 365, etc. So these are my social platform link. You guys can follow me over here. So today I'm going to cover the Windows Labs policy, how we can implement the Windows Labs using Intune. So that I'm going to cover for today's session. End of the session, maybe in the AHA session, you guys can ask us the question if you have any questions. So let me move to the next slide. This slide, it's a quick introduction of labs, right? Introduction in the sense of what is labs, right? So as you all know, labs, so it's nothing but the local administrator password solution. Why we need a local admin password, right? Maybe if you go to the, right now we are in the modern device management. If you think about where we don't have cloud and also we are managing everything through on-prem Active Directory. If you want to use any password, you have to use the domain account password. But there also a local admin account stands in all the devices, right? If you want to change that password, it's very difficult. Now in Microsoft introduced, the labs, I mean in the legacy or on-prem devices, what you can do, can install the MSI of labs, and yeah, you can extend your Active Directory schema and all. So you can use the labs by using that. But now in the modern device management, Microsoft introduced the Windows Labs. It's a feature, and how we can use, I will show you by using Intune how you can implement the labs. So Windows Lab that can be managed through the Azure AD as well as the on-prem AD. Using this labs, you can set unique local admin password for all the device, and that password also, it will be unique for all the device in your environment. If somebody needed that password, you can share that password, or they need any password, right? You don't want to share the domain admin account password, so you can set this, you can share the labs password. If you be maybe some user can use that password for a long term, no, you can reset the password by yourself. Once you share the password, you can. So we will quickly go through all these settings. What are the configuration in Intune? All these settings we will see in the upcoming slides or in the demo session. If you are using a purely cloud device, I mean Azure AD joint device, then the password is getting saved on your Azure AD. So this is the quick introduction about the labs. Let me move to the next slide. Now to apply labs using Intune, so we have to check, right, what are the prerequisites required for the labs deployment, what are the OS edition, and what are the license requirement to apply this labs policy. OS edition, you can use Windows 10 we can use Windows 10 or 11 professional or education or enterprise edition. Windows version will be supported for labs. If you are using Windows labs, make sure your Windows version must be equal to or greater than this version. If you apply the April updates, monthly patches, then your version will get changed to this version. These are the OS requirement. In the server side also, Windows Server 2019, even Windows Server 2022 and Server Core 2022, you can use the labs policy. So what are the license requirements? So only you need the Microsoft Intune plan, like the basic license of Microsoft Intune plan 1. If you have that license, then it will support for the labs. If you are implementing labs through Intune, right, what are the other requirements? These settings, the local administrator setting must be enabled. Even if you created a labs policy in Intune, I mean in the Azure AD, this setting is not enabled as yes, then the labs policy is not going to work. So how to apply this? You have to sign into the Azure portal, then navigate to the Azure Active Directory, then go to device. Under device setting, you will see this local administrator settings option. You have to select it as yes, then your labs is going to apply on your all devices. Let me move to the next prerequisites, right? So these are the prerequisites what you require if you are enabling labs policy through Intune. And another prerequisites I have seen on my personal experience, even if you created the labs policy and you forgot to enable this two option. What is this two option? You can create another account, another admin account, local admin account, you can use that. Or if you want to, if you have maybe all the devices having their local local admin account. If you want to rename that administrator account by using this configuration profile, I mean in the setting catalog, this two should be enabled. I mean accounts enable administrator account status. This setting must be enabled, and account rename administrator account. So you can rename the local administrator account. So these are the two settings you have to do before you applying the lapse policy. Using the custom name like HTMD admin as a local account, right? So according to your requirement, maybe your organization requirement, you can add the custom account over here. Now let us see how can we deploy the lapse policy using Intune. Let us see how we can do that. So to do that, first of all, you have to log in into the Intune portal, intune.microsoft.com. Once you log in into the portal, you have to navigate to the endpoint security. You have to navigate to the endpoint security. Under the endpoint security, you have option called account protection. If you click on the account protection, you will see the option where it will allow you to create the policy. Once you click on the create policy, you have to choose the platform. Maybe by default it is coming Windows 10 and later. So of course the lapse is applicable only for Windows 10 and 11 devices. So we can choose this particular platform, and the appropriate profile you have to select the local admin password solution Windows Lab. These settings you have to select. Once you select, go ahead and click on create. Once you click on create, you will be landing to the configure, in the configuration settings space. So there what you have to do, basically you are going to set the configuration according to your requirement. As an example, I have shown you right here in the option where you are going to store the, where you are going to back up the password. All devices are, Azure AD joined. So what I'm doing it here, I'm just taking the backup of the password to the Azure AD only, not on the on-prem AD. If you have a hybrid device also, so that also you can do. But here I am just using the Azure AD. If you see the password is days, so this option, so if you click on by default it will be not configured. If you enable this option, means you have to provide some days, minimum 0 to 30 days it will take, right? So you choose if you are setting a local admin password for a device, on how many days the password will get changed. So here in my case I am given date as 7. After 7 days the password will get changed automatically. Here another option, what is the administrator account name you are going to use. If you set it as not configured, by default whatever account you have, you can use the existing account. If your organization they need to change the administrator account, so whatever you have created in the configuration profile, in the setting catalog, same you can use it over here. So here I am given HTMD admin. Now comes to the password complexity. What is the complexity you are using to set the password for the labs? So there are different options. Maybe during the demo I will show you what are the options, what are the complexity are available. So here I have choose only the large letters, the small letters and the numbers. Once the labs password will get created, so it will include all this character. And the next setting, what is the length of the password you are going to configure. You can, so here I have given my password length should be 10. So whatever password, so it will create a 10 character of this particular, use the capital letter, small letter as well as the numbers, then it will create the 10 digit of the password. Next, what is the post authentication action? Once you are creating the password, for example, when you are creating the password, how long that password will exist, right? If you share the password, if someone is using that password, what will be the action once someone is authenticated with this particular password? What will be the option? So here I am giving reset the password upon the expiry grace period. Grace period in the sense, here I am giving this is a 2 hours. If anyone is open any session, so that session is going to be terminated or the password will get resetted. Again, the person has to open the session with the same password. So these are the settings basically you have to configure in the labs. Let me move into the labs. After that, right, what you have to do, I have not captured the screenshot. Once you have created the policy, here you have seen the scope tag, so and do the assignment as in the group, the group, right? Which device are you going to apply? Use the appropriate assignment group and just review the settings what you have created, then go ahead and create the labs policy. So the same assignment group, this policy will get applied. Let me move to next slide. which is how we can verify the lapse policy. Once you deployed the lapse policy, how you can verify whether the policies get applied to the devices what you have deployed. You can see the status. If you go to Intune portal, in that particular policy, if you click, option will come like view reports that I'm going to show you in the demo session. So basically, I have applied the lapse policy to this particular device, and here you can see the policy was successful. I can see the status from the Intune console, I mean Intune portal. So this is from the Intune portal. On the device end, you have to see the start. You have to verify whether I have a lapse policy, whether it is getting applied on my machine or not. So how you can verify? First of all, you can go to the event viewer, go to application and services, then go to Microsoft, then go to Windows, then lapse. Under lapse, right, if you have seen, I have assigned the policy to my test device, my cloud PC, and if you see this policy got successfully assigned, the policy source is CSP, whatever option I have choose, backup directory, Azure Active Directory, because I have choose that option. I'm using the HTMD admin account, and the password edges, what I have choose over there, this is 3, and the password complexity, it is coming under 3. Why? On the password complexity, there will be different section. Maybe number 1, you can use the capital letter, number 2, like that. So it is taking the 3. While giving the demo, I will cover up this section. This is the event viewer where you can verify the lapse policy is getting assigned to your device or not. Also, we have another option on the registry. Go to the H key local machine. Just navigate to software, Microsoft policies and lapse. Under the lapse, you will see this option. I mean this entry you will see under this particular registry key. You can see the backup directory. It is 1. I mean the first one backup directory. I have selected Azure Active Directory. That comes first, right? So all these settings it will do. If you see the password length, it has taken 10 because I have passed over there. My password length should be on 10 characters. You can verify on the device end, right, whether the password get I mean the last password get applied or not. So you can verify this log, so you will get the information in the Intune portal. Now you have a lapse policy which is got assigned to your device, and the policy perspective everything is good. How we can view the password, where we can exactly view this password? To view this password from the Intune portal, there are 2 ways you can view the password from the Intune portal as well as the Active Directory, I mean Azure Active Directory. On the Intune portal, on the device, search any device. For example, I have applied the lapse password. Search this device on the Intune portal. Under Intune portal, if you search this device, okay, it will come on overview section. Just navigate to the local admin password. If you click here, you will see once this password successfully applied to the device, it will show you this option. It will give you the option where you can click show local administrator password. If you click this, the next screen it will come like this. Click on the password, then the password will get visible over here. I have not shared, so yeah, you can able to do that. If you want to copy the password, just click on copy, and you can share with your maybe your admin or the user if you want to share. So you can share it. Same option, maybe that is there in the next slide from the Azure AD. How we can rotate the password? Rotate in the sense when the password will get changed. So by default, it will get rotated within 7 days. If you want to forcefully rotate the password, you can rotate by yourself. So how to do that? Maybe you have shared the password and immediately you want to change that particular password for the user, maybe after 1 hour or something. You can do this. Search the device under the device section. On overview, you will see, just click on this 3 dot button and you will see the option called rotate the local admin password. If you click that, that means you are forcefully changing the password to that particular devices. I'm just moving to the next slide. Will be how we can view the password from the Azure AD. Same on the Azure AD, go to devices, click on all devices, search for the device where what you want to see the local admin password, then come to this section, local admin password recovery. Click on this. The option will be same as we have seen in Intune. So you can able to view the password from the Azure AD as well. Basically, this is the things you can see. I mean, you can configure from the Intune. Give you a demo from Intune how you can apply the lapse password. As I stated, the prerequisites. So, there is one prerequisites we required from this Azure AD. You have to enable the local administrator password section. So go to Azure Active Directory, go to devices, click on the device setting. As I have stated in the presentation, if you scroll a little bit down, you will see this option, the local administrator settings. Here, the option enable Azure AD local admin password solution labs. You have to select it as yes. This is required as part of prerequisites. What is the next prerequisite right, we have to create a setting catalog. So to create setting catalog, go to device, Windows. I have already created a setting catalog, but I will show you. Click on configuration profile, select the platform. I'm going to create for Windows 10 and later. Let me use the setting catalog. Click on create. Give me some name of that policy, test labs. If I click next, under configuration settings, click on the add setting. Here what we have to do, we have to enable the local administrator account, and we are going to rename it local policy and security option. Try to search. So here this option you have to accounts enable administrator account status and account rename administrator account. The local administrator you have to enable and provide the custom name, or if you want to use the default name administrator, by default it will be administrator. If you want to use this, I am just creating HTMD test for example. Once you done this, click on next, assign the scope tags if you have anything. Then here you have to do the assignment. Whatever device group you have, select the device group. I will show you the assign the group, then click on next, review whatever settings you have done, then click on create. This particular policy, I mean settings, will apply to the devices. Local admin rename for password. This is the policy I have created. If you see, I have already deployed to my devices. If you click on view report, you will able to see these are the devices I have deployed. This is the configuration settings I have used to enable the and to rename the local admin account as well. We have done with the prerequisites. Let's move to the actual policy for the labs where we are going to create. Go to endpoint security, under account protection, click on, once you click on create policy, select the platform, Windows 10 and later, then select the profile. I am going to select the profile for labs, local admin password solution for Windows labs. I have selected the profile, click on create. Let me give a name, test labs. Now click on next. This is the setting. According to your requirement, how you are going to set. This one you have to select a backup directory first. As we have seen, I am using the backup password to Azure. So there are different options. Disable password will not be backed up. You can select that option, or you can select that not configured. If you want to save the password in Azure directory, select this. If you want to save the password on the active directory only, then you can set it, and by default it will be not configured. So there are two directory if you have seen. If you have Azure AD join device, then save the password to Azure AD only. If you have hybrid join or you are managing both, right, then select backup password to active directory only if you are using a active directory. So here in my case I'm using the Azure AD only. Now the password edges, whether you are going to configure or not. So here in my case I'm going to set up the password edge. So if I give 30, so if you see the password edges, the value must be between 7 to 365. That means you can set this password till 1 year. After 1 year your password will get changed. So minimum it should 7 days, then maximum 365 days. What is the administrator account name? Whatever you have created in the setting catalog, same you can use it over here. Let's say HTMD test. And what is the complexity? As we are seen in the number in the registry, I have selected the third option, large letter, small letter and numbers. You can select the large letter. If you want to create a complex password, you can create large letter, small letter, numbers, even special character as well. So according to your choice you can select it. The length of the password what you are going to give. So by default it is taking 14. If I say 100, it's not taking. What it is stating, the value must be between 8 and 64. Minimum you should use 8 character and maximum you should use 64 character. According to your requirement you can set the value. What are the post authentication action? I mean, once the password you have shared or password is generated, I mean if it is used on the device, what is the post authentication action you are going to give? So here in my case what I have given, reset password. Upon expiry of the grace period, the managed account password will be resetted. It will automatically reset it. Or else what you can do, you can reset the password and log off the managed account upon expiry grace period. This option also you can choose. What are the third option? Reset the password and reboot upon expiry. You can reboot the device as well if the password grace period is over, and the account password will be reset and the managed device will be immediately rebooted, right? Without user notification, the device will get removed. I mean it will get rebooted. Here in this case I have selected the first option, and the password authentication reset delay. How much time you can delay? Give maximum 0 to 24 hours, right? This is days, right? And this is hours. So the value must be 0 to 24. In my case, I have given it 2. If you click next, then define the scope tag and click on next, do the assignment, select that particular group, review what you have done, what the settings you have done, review it, then go ahead and click on create. I have already created the policy. I have a cloud PC test devices. So I am going to show you. If you see the view report, you can able to see whatever labs policy I have created, it is successfully deployed to my test device, what I have shown there, right? So these are the settings I have used over there. From Intune, now let's check from the device. We have to verify the event log from the registry, right? Let me go to the cloud PC. It's logged. Let me put the password. Let me quickly connect one more time. Just give me a minute. My cloud PC. 1 second. Let me try one more time.
Dave, are you still there or you got disconnected? Maybe you
Yeah.
clicked on wrong button.
No, maybe something happened. I
Okay.
don't know. Maybe
Okay.
I'm just sharing my screen again. You're able to see my screen. This is my cloud PC where I have deployed the labs password. Once you open the event viewer, go to this applications and service logs, then go to Microsoft, then go to Windows, go to the labs. Under the labs, click on operational. Due to some reason, my labs password configured local administrator account because I have created this account using the labs, but I have not created the setting catalog, not enabled that policy. Now, if you see the current labs password policy configured as follows. If you see over here in this setting, the logs, the local administrator password features were successfully loaded and initialized, and you can see the details over here. So these are the configuration what I have used over there. So these are the configuration, the password is a days, the password complexity, and the password length, and post authentication grace period in hours. All these things it's coming over here. So this is from the event log registry, right? From the registry, you have to go to the HKey local machine, then go to software, then go to Microsoft. You have to go down to policy to go to the labs. You will able to see the under the labs. So these are the settings what I have done performed, right? HTMD admin, and what is the backup directory? It is stated 1. That means it is going to Azure Active Directory, and what are the password is. All these settings you will be able to see here. So this is the things you can verify from the registry. You want to verify also whether the user is created or not. If you see, this is my user what I have created, HTMD admin, using the labs policy, and you can able to view the admin account over here. Let me show you the password from the Intune portal. So we verified the labs policy deployed to my test device successfully. So now I am going to show you view password from the Intune portal. This is my test device. On the overview section, if you're able to see, you can rotate the local admin password. If you want to change the password, you can click this. If you rotate the local admin password on this device, you will lose the old password. That means whatever the existing password, you are going to lose. A single password will be generated. Your identity provider to your Active Directory. After you restart the device, password will expire automatically within the grace period. So if you want to select yes, then you are going to lose your password. I'm just selecting no, and I want to show you how to view the password. Under the device, you will see the local admin password section. If you click that, here it will give you an option to show the password. If you want to see the labs password for that particular device, click on the show local admin password. If you click on show, this will get visible. If you copy this, then the password will get copied.